welcome to the first part of our commentaries for Moral Orel.
Mm-hmm.
Covering the first episode right now.
Yeah.
You want to say it?
Oh, the greatest Christmas ever.
Yes.
So it's interesting that this is what aired first.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was just like recklessness on Adult Swim's part.
Yeah.
Because it was intended to be the finale for season 1.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that, I think we've talked about this in the past, like, wasn't it the whole, it's a cartoon, it's like adult animation.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think Adult Swim was acting, they didn't know that the show was going to try to get deeper.
yeah.
And just thought it was like every other show that they have, which was just like, who gives a fuck? It's funny. Let's just air it in whatever order. They treat it like Aqua Teen Hunger Force when it's definitely not Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, no, in no way. So it was supposed to be the finale. I mean, like, have they talked about it? Has Laszlo, like, talked about regrets or anything?
I don't know. I haven't heard any commentaries.
Yeah.
Like, the DVDs, the only DVDs the show has or have not been, are pretty much unavailable in the United States.
Why?
I have no idea.
Like, were they released in the U.S. or, like...
I think they were, but I don't think they're hard to get or something like that.
Okay.
The easiest way to get the show is just like Hulu. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it came out in like 07?
06, and the show ended by 08.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like the worst period for DVDs.
Yeah, and it's an Adult Swim show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everyone brings it up when I think it should be brought up.
Yeah, it isn't a well-remembered show.
When talking about like comedy dramas in American and like Western animation.
Yeah. And I mean, like,
the show.
Actually, I remember.
The shades of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, for sure.
Tim said a comedy drama, and this the shades of BoJack Horseman's.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, but I feel like Moral Orel had to influence the BoJack Horseman a little bit.
I would say so.
I feel like
I think it's obvious that it influenced Rick and Morty. Just the creator relation.
Yeah. Even if Dan hasn't said it, I feel like there's no way it didn't.
Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah. If not, like, it's their comedy is so close together because of their relationship already.
Yeah. They run a production company together.
They wrote a what?
They run a production company together.
Yeah.
Starburns Industries.
Yeah. Well, like, I remember when I watched this, you know how, like, Adult Swim used to do the whole, they would air things, like, serialized? Like, it would be...
Oh, you mean marathons?
Not marathons, but, like, every night it would play at the same time, and it was the next episode from the one from yesterday.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so, like, say it's Monday, it plays the first episode. Tuesday, it plays the second episode at the same time. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about... I think they did that for Moral Orel. I don't think they did this for the shows.
No, they did it for, like, every show. Almost every show. King of the Hill. Like, In Succession. Family Guy.
I don't think they did that.
Yeah. Dude, 100%.
I don't know.
For shows that already had an established, like, order. Like at least syndicated shows. But with Moral Orel, I kind of remember watching this and then the weird, like, this is the beginning, so what's the end sort of thing. Like, it didn't make sense. I remember being confused by this.
They had a big marathon around the time the show was ending.
Mm-hmm. That might have been it.
That was hosted by Dino and Scott.
Okay.
And they told you, like, a bunch of details in it.
Well, no, I don't remember them in it. But I remember seeing this one and then the next episode, and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it being, like, really light and then really dark, but the whole...
Like, typical Adult Swim dark is what other episodes of the first season are. In comparison to the first episode, which is emotionally heavy as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is projection, though. So, like, It's very interesting. And so you said that it's like Pete from 30 Rock. What's his name?
Scott Adsit.
Scott Adsit. Say it again.
Adsit.
Okay.
Scott Adsit.
Yeah. So Scott Adsit.
It's a regular name.
Yeah, I know. I have,
Yeah.
If it's not in front of me, I can't,
Yeah.
So he wrote and directed episodes, which is cool. Did he do that? He did that on 30 Rock, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he wrote for 30 Rock. I think he was on it.
Just on it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of like background jokes and stuff.
Yeah, The Simpsons. Sorry. All right. Moral Orel does a lot of what The Simpsons does.
Yeah.
But just have like a lot of background jokes and shit like it.
Yeah.
Like on science and stuff.
Yeah. Which I think that's like. I want to say that's like an adult animation thing, but no.
Not all shows do that.
Yeah, not all shows do it. I don't even think it was invented by adult animation.
It wasn't.
It was, I mean, it's like a cartoon gag.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look back at like Billy and Mandy did it.
Yes, looking back.
Yeah.
Before The Simpsons, there was Billy and Mandy.
Yeah. I mean, they probably got it from The Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons.
I don't know if they even originated.
Brought it back. Yeah.
They went to the future, saw what they were doing, then brought it back to the first. So like the gods planimators, like the animators.
Yeah.
In the credit sequence, that goes on forever.
What do you mean?
The first credit sequence.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the first episode, goes on forever.
Yeah.
Which actually, it makes more sense as a finale for that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they finally get like the credit like up front,
Yeah.
And it seems more like a special episode.
It does, because it is a Christmas episode.
Yeah, that's
yeah. It was rude of them, especially considering it's how emotional the episode was. It would have been better if it aired in the order in which they intended it to air.
And the story, does the story lead up to it in the first season?
The story of the first season,
there is no story, right?
I mean, it's sort of in the background because it's mostly like the root. There's a traditional order that routine that the show goes in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Orel goes to church, learns about something, takes the wrong message from it, and does something awful and stupid.
Yeah, that becomes like the shtick.
Yeah, of the show.
Yeah, but like, and there's no like necessarily like serialization throughout the rest of the episodes.
Of the first season?
Yeah.
Not as strong as it would be in the second and third.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. Initially, like, I mean, I've seen most of the show.
Yeah.
Before this, but like watching it this way, it's like this being the first introduction, like you definitely get the religious aspects of it, right? Like
yes.
And that's
the whole town.
Yeah,
they make a Christian fundamentalist town.
Yeah, like Protestantism. They're making fun of every other Christian sect and religion.
Yeah.
Where is
Moralton?
Oh yeah, Moralton. Yeah.
They never say.
Oh,
it's just like Anytown, USA.
Yeah, but it's like got that like 50s. Sort of aesthetic. And, well, beyond even aesthetic, which like is mindset, mentality.
Yeah.
Technology as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They never say where the show is set.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just might have decided the show is set.
It's in the U.S.
Yeah,
like, we know it's in the U.S.
It could be set anytime. It's just like a town that's like very Christian, and so they dress like the 50s because there's characters that don't look like this, that don't look like the 50s on the show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like a goth character on the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, so it's.
When does Moral's like claymation shit start?
How him making claymation?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. And then you wanted to talk about like, so like, you were talking about how like the shaky cam.
Yeah, there's an argument between the characters of Clay, Blobberta, Orel's parents.
Wait, what's her name?
Blobberta.
Oh, okay. That's
because Blobs, Clay Blob, that all Clay figures start out as.
And Clay.
Yes.
Very obviously clay.
Yeah.
And you said oral.
Yeah.
As in, like, the, like, mouth, right? Like, the motions when they're talking.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, its own major portion of it is, like...
And it's shapy.
Yeah.
Because you have to shape them.
Yeah. That's going to be fun to watch.
Reverend Putty.
Oh, I didn't even put that one together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Danielle. That one doesn't make any sense. But, like...
I got a cousin. She's not going to play, I'm pretty sure.
Like, I always remember Danielle. He's like he's the gym coach, track coach, and he's closeted gay, right?
Yes.
And he wants to fuck Moral's dad.
Yes.
Weren't they friends growing up?
Who?
Or something like that?
They no.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's ever set up.
Alright. Yeah, so I think we definitely have to watch, like, the names.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes. Welcome.
So, second episode, Lord's Greatest Gift.
Yes.
So, the sermon, as a lot of episodes start out, right?
Yes.
Not
a very
all.
similar opening to, excuse me, Best Christmas Ever. Or whatever the episode's called. What was the first episode?
Greatest Christmas Ever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a very similar.
Yeah,
intro.
has the family driving to church, listening to a song, listening to music, like made up Christian rock,
or like Christian folk, is what plays in this episode at first,
and then Christian metal.
Yeah, then it's like Christian metal
parody, created by the show's composer, who's the same composer who composed for the seminal '90s sketch show, Mr. Show.
No, yeah.
That the creator of the show, Dino Stephanopoulos, wrote for.
Oh,
and
yeah.
starred in some sketches as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did Starburns come about?
Community.
Those
They wrote
only...
that character on Community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They ever talked about it?
What?
Like the joke? Like, is it just like a...
I think it's just something that was funny.
Okay.
And then they go to church.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to Christian metal and shit?
No.
Oh, it's exactly like that. It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
Like, they take the sonic stylings of metal and then they just, like...
Yeah, Christian rock in general is... King of the Hill had the right reaction to it.
Yeah, it's
Just
shit.
making rock.
They're not making Christian music better. They're making rock bad. Or rock worse.
Yeah.
That is a good quote from the show. One among many.
Yeah.
Like, that's my purse, I don't know you.
Yeah. But we were talking about Moral Orel.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Moral Orel. My favorite show. Not
yours.
yours.
Yeah. We find out they're in State Soda.
Yes.
Which is...
Just any state USA.
Yeah. I think... I'm actually... I've had to take a states quiz recently. We can talk about that off air, but I think that's like where Nebraska is.
State Soda.
Yeah. I think it's in Nebraska.
State Soda is the state.
Yeah, but I think the state is like spatially where...
Oh.
Is what I'm saying, yeah. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know for the life of me. I don't know where the states are.
So, like...
In sermon...
the folk song is kind of fun. Because, like, where the Christian metal one is just, like, sonically a joke.
Yeah.
The folk song is, like, reason is the enemy of religion.
Yeah.
Like, logical thinking.
There's also a joke, just jokes in the lyrics of the metal song.
Oh,
Burn in heaven.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, it's Christian metal.
Yeah.
And so...
Christian death metal.
Oh, I wrote that down, actually. And, like, it's such a weird juxtaposition.
What?
From the first episode.
Yeah.
Or, like, what they aired.
This episode's purely comedic.
Yeah, but also, like... If we watched this in order with no prior knowledge that the first episode is supposed to be the finale, it makes no sense because they're getting a divorce, and then you see the parents doing cutesy shit in the middle of a sermon.
Yeah.
Like, that's a major part of...
They're not even fighting at all.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah.
They're flirting almost.
And also, apparently, he doesn't know Danielle.
Oh, yeah. Danielle, the...
Tries to introduce himself later on, Clay, to...
Oh, yeah.
Coach Stop Frame. I just remembered his name.
Stop Frame?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah. It also makes sense because he's the track coach.
Yeah.
So, like, the timing and shit. Yeah.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, it is very... Did anybody from this... I know we've talked about it. Did anybody from this have anything to do with Xavier?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Not the same creative teams.
Oh, okay. Xavier came after Moral Orel.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like... Oh, I wanted to talk about how detailed everything is in this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This show had to cost them.
It's claymation. Claymation's expensive.
Yeah, that's probably part of why
it
they
takes months to do it.
Yeah, like a fucking like episode takes months.
Yeah.
Like you think.
What?
You think that's part of why they got canceled?
I don't think so. No.
Really?
It just got that dark in the third season.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it is like an expensive. Well, do you think it was just off-putting?
What?
Like for their audience almost.
It was. I mean, I didn't feel it was off-putting. But to Mike Laszlo.
It was off-putting.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
it's like
see
we didn't hire you to.
Yeah, it stopped being funny-centric.
To doing an episode. There's a particular episode in the third season that got him. That in like the marathons that ended the show.
Yeah.
Dino said the show that got us canceled was an episode revolving around 3 women who were like recurring characters on the show.
Yeah.
And there's a recurring theme throughout the episode of like sexual
assault.
Yeah, and violence and feeling used and stuff like that. And it was a bit too dark for the stoner audience of Adult Swim.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. So we have to talk about so this is like the major example of like the hypocrisy that the show tries to point out within Christianity, at least in this season, because it's a little more lighthearted.
It's just like taking the piss out of Christianity in the first season in a general dark comedy way.
Yeah.
Orel gets the wrong lesson out of what's that like? Where we're at is getting invaded by aliens.
Whoa.
You missed it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they took your dad, though.
No, that's okay. So, like...
They mutilated your cows.
Oh,
and by cows, I mean your dad.
Oh. My dad is a cow.
Yeah. Fucking cow.
So, like, what ends up happening in the show is that... So... The sermon is about how like life is God's greatest gift.
Yeah.
And then Moral misinterprets it.
Yeah.
As like, oh, the dead are spitting in God's face. Is like what he actually said.
Insulting God by being dead.
Yeah.
So he grabs the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Is that H.G. Wells? No.
You mean H.P. Lovecraft?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's what dude, yeah. Damn, that one's bad.
The names.
Yeah, man.
Like, once in a while.
Was that J.R.R. Tolkien? Is that George Martin?
George Martin.
Yeah.
Well, that actually works. He's the Beatles producer. And George R.R. Martin is the guy who wrote Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Or Song of Ice and Fire.
Whatever the fuck. We gotta talk up a little more.
Yeah.
In this one.
Sorry, I'm a little dry mouthed.
A little sleepy.
Yeah. A little sleepy. Sorry.
So he's spitting in the face. So he gets the Necronomicon, and they're cutting through him and his stupid friend,
what?
Dowie.
It's like they're cutting to them.
They're cutting through the cemetery.
They're in the cemetery.
No, they use the cemetery get where they're walking. They cut through the cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it gets.
Okay, yeah.
That's how they're in the cemetery.
Yeah.
So they're cutting through the cemetery. They're talking about dead people.
Yeah.
And Moral pops off with the like, oh, they're sinning, blah blah blah. And
fuck Moral. That's what Bobby just said. Fuck Oral. Yeah. Stupid Oral. I hate getting hit.
I knew you were gonna make the joke. We're gonna make like so many of those, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, considering the show's big themes are religious oppression and sexuality.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anything about the personal life of Dino Stephanopoulos, it actually makes sense.
Oh, wasn't he like? He grew up in a really religious house, right?
I think so.
I've always kind of put
and
that together.
He also is a freak, apparently.
Oh yeah, that also makes sense.
Yeah.
He like his biggest kink is
like BDSM or something like that. But
no.
like he's a sub.
No. What he likes to do is give women like human growth hormones, like go through like HRT so they grow facial hair, and he he likes to hold them down and shave stars into their sideburns when they can grow a full beard. Yeah.
No, it's just vor. It's something normal like vor, which is eating people.
Yeah, vor's that's like just graphic shit, right? Like that's not like people aren't.
I think Goro is worse than vor.
What?
Goro is a genre of hentai that's just straight up murder.
Oh, like necrophilia shit.
Yeah.
But vor is like imagery.
It's like
because you can't like
both of them are imagery, but vor is literally just people
eating people.
Yeah.
It's not like
not graphic really. Just
it's not like
eating
snuff
people.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
But it's like okay. Visuals of it. So they like resurrect Doey's grandpa and shit, and
and he's a zombie.
Yeah, but they take the clothes off because they stink, and they think that the clothes are what stinks because they haven't changed their clothes. Because obviously they don't have a great concept of death. Yeah, is like what this really relates to. Yeah, and I think that like if we wanted to get deeper about that within religion, we could. You know, like the whole idea of like afterlife and shit for kids. Yeah, is like a way of disguising death. Yeah, in a way. And so like the whole reason everybody's freaking out about these zombies now is simply because they're naked.
As Oral's dad tells us.
Yeah.
When he finds them, catches them in the act of stripping someone down.
Yeah. And it's not about the fact that he's like stripping this woman naked. It's that, well, is that it?
No, that is the reason.
Okay.
That he's stripping the woman. It's not the fact that they made zombies.
It's not like a sexual
That's
thing.
what you meant to say.
Yeah. So, and then we also, we see, this is the first time we see, what?
It's apparently the first time that Clay's met Coach Stop Frame at Forgetty's.
Oh, yeah. We see that. We also, which doesn't make sense at all. They're like best friends almost.
In the first episode, yeah.
Yeah. But this is the first time we see the Din whipping situation. Yeah. Which takes place practically at the end of everything in this first episode, you said? Or this first season, you said? And then...
First season, I said, put my arms around her head.
See. And then we also get introduced to Moral's... Well, like, misogyny is, like, a big part of it. Like, beyond just his dad, right? Yeah. And... Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and we are now on Moral Orel, season 1, episode 3, Waste.
So this
is one of the more scatological episodes of the season.
What's scatological mean? That it's about like your bodily fluids? Yeah. Is that actually?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I was thinking about scatagories. Why isn't that game about poop?
I'm gonna make it one. I'll make one. Don't worry about it. Right. We'll use my poop too.
You're gonna sell it. Yeah. People are just gonna reuse your poop.
It's actually I use my intimate knowledge of scat porn, and you have to test your scat porn know-how.
So this episode is all focused around less about something that Orel learns in church. This is more based around something he learns from his parents.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't see.
No, he learned it from his Boy Scouts teacher, whatever.
Oh yeah. No, well the
Boy Scouts.
When we'll get to that. We'll get to that. He learns about waste. The waste idea that gets put in his head that he shouldn't waste.
Yeah.
Gets put in his head by his parents in like the 14th commandment, which is like thou shalt not like. Thou clean their plate. Or,
yeah, and also it's part of the lost commandments that his parents teaches him.
The lost commandments. Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Made up shit that his dad made up.
Is it that or like there's some church ones, right?
Are there?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't either. So like they make up that shit, whoever, and so it's about how you shouldn't waste anything.
Yeah.
So then he, scarfs down his food that he was told not to waste.
Yes.
Because he hasn't been eating. So then he goes to his like scout troop or whatever, and they are talking about like how to survive in the woods.
Yeah.
And the scout master is like
gives him some Bear Grylls advice and tells him to drink his pee.
Yeah. And they have this like I love how like ongoing that one was though.
What?
Like all the questions he has about
just increasingly annoying the Scoutmaster.
And like when he starts talking about like sinning and shit, all of his fellow scout kids,
including Dowie, are annoyed.
Mm-hmm. Which I would assume that's like exactly why that's the reason everybody hates. No, that's a reason to hate Moral.
Yeah.
Because he's annoying about God.
Oral.
What did I say, Moral?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so like, he starts drinking his own piss. So this is like...
And then he starts selling it.
Yeah.
To other kids because apparently drinking his own piss makes him better at track.
Yeah. We don't know if it's a placebo effect or if Oral just has like some weird vitamin nutrients that he's giving everybody. And like, is he drinking his own piss and then peeing his own piss?
Yes.
So he's drinking his piss, but he's selling the kids a combination of his.
No, he's also drinking other things.
Yeah. But why is he drinking that? If he could just drink
He's drinking it. He's drinking other things to make more piss.
So he understands.
So he can sell to other people.
He understands that it's
My God, we're dying here.
Yeah. He understands that it's not lucrative for him to piss and drink his own piss.
Yeah.
Because, like, every time he goes through, it filters out, right?
Yeah, so he starts drinking other things.
To make more piss.
Yeah. There's also a lot of great puns and weird products. And
yeah.
Well, not puns, really.
Yeah.
It's like...
Visual...
Yeah.
Gags.
There's sugar-coated salt.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense to me.
In the cafeteria.
Yeah. And then there's...
I think it's just sugar. It's not salt, it's just sugar.
Yeah.
Ketchup-flavored mustard, which is just ketchup.
Yeah. In a mustard container.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I guess they're just
also,
trying to...
we learned the name of Oral School in this episode.
Oh, yeah. It's Diorama Elementary.
Yeah, another claymation.
Claymation. Plus, like, I feel like...
In-joke.
You make dioramas in school.
Yeah.
And they're, like, dioramas of the nativity.
Yeah.
Right? So, this is also, like, sort of the first introduction of the, like, homoerotic things between Clay and Coach Stopframe.
Yep.
So, like, Stopframe sending him, like, 12-page letters and shit.
Yeah,
and,
which also sets up the plot of the episode.
Yeah.
Because he mentions briefly how Oral's not doing that well at track.
Yeah. Which inspires him to, like, sell it because he knows that drinking his own piss is helping him in track. And it's, like, real crazy that Stopframe, like, writes this, like, 12-page letter.
Also, does he know him?
Who?
We don't see them together in the episode.
Yeah, not yet. He's never met. Even Clay even says that he's never met Coach Stopframe.
Yeah. So is he just sending him the letter?
Apparently. Or letters. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's beautifully written and it's about him as a person, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's got, like, some... We've established that he has, like, feelings for him.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's stalking him necessarily.
Also, something that would Also introduces an element of Coach Stopframe's character that's unrelated to his sexuality. His fluctuating between Christianity and Satanism.
Is that that's like a joke about like gay people, right?
I don't know.
Is it just like a character?
Maybe just a character thing.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was like they're poking fun at the whole like people, like Christians thinking gay people are like Satan. You know what I'm saying?
Might be something to that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that before.
So then, we also, you said that stinking dead end job.
Yes.
Clay mutters.
Which would go on to be like one of Clay's main catchphrases. Which gets a great payoff in season 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to get there before I...
Yeah. Which, like, the occurrence of that, like... So we've seen... Oh, speaking about the puns or the weird name things.
Yeah.
The mascot for his school and their team is called the Fighting Vanishing Americans.
Yes.
And it's just Native Americans.
Yeah. A play... It has to be a play on Redskins.
Yeah. Or, like,
other
Chiefs.
culturally insensitive...
Yeah.
Sports mascots.
So this is also like the third time we've seen Clay's like belt pants gag.
Yes.
Which I'm guessing is just to really drive home that he's like hitting his kid with a belt.
Yeah.
So like,
which also because it's funny.
Yeah.
To have his pants falling down.
Yeah. And like, do you think it's to like show a little bit of stupidity in the character? Like going back to like what he's been taught?
It's just funny.
Okay. Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah.
4th episode.
Moral Orel episode 4 of season 1.
It's a charity.
Yes.
So
excuse me.
This one's written and directed by Dino.
Yes.
So like I feel like that's kind of good representation of. I feel
Dino Stamatopoulos' sensibilities.
Yeah.
Other than the show itself.
I think this also kind of shows. This is like an amalgamation of probably what the first season is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's shticky. Like I don't know. It's not very ironic.
Oh, it is ironic.
Huh.
I mean,
well, I guess yeah, it's ironic, but it's not pointing out hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So much in this one. Well, besides like so through the episode opens with they're at the general store before church because of course
there's the end of the episode where Clay's yelling at Orel.
Yeah.
About buying crack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's and hanging out with a dude who sells crack.
Yeah.
And then he tells him to hand him the crack so he can sell it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that is hypocritical. So we start. They're at the general store. So Clay buys milk that's like 30 proof or some shit.
Yeah.
Before church, which is weird.
Yeah.
Is there anything about like prohibition sort of shit in here? Like why the fuck would he have to buy milk that's got liquor in it?
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, but couldn't he just buy liquor?
It's a joke about his alcoholism.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And like he's like straight up an alcoholic, right?
Yes.
Okay. We don't really. It's kind of hinted at this point, right? It's not like full on.
Yeah.
So.
God damn, that's hot.
Yeah, it is hot. The alcoholic milk, and Morals, like he wants the Band-Aid tin for his whatchamacallit, his like Christ figures or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then Clay refuses to buy it.
Yeah.
For him and tells him to get a job.
Well, he buys him tin, but he refused to buy him a Peter figure.
Yeah.
Who's crucified upside down.
Yeah.
Saint Peter was like his whole idea about being crucified upside down is that he was less than Christ.
Yeah.
And people get it wrong when they say the inverted cross.
Yeah.
Because it was actually Saint Peter's symbol.
Yeah.
Like there were priests that wore upside down crosses. And that's like a thing. So this is where like we also see how like dead end his job is. He's like making his kid get a job, and he's only getting.
Well, it's just more him complaining about how much he hates working.
Oh, okay.
We still don't know what his job is.
Yeah.
We don't learn that till the 3rd season.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a big deal what his job is?
It's a big punchline that I feel may have been forced on the show due to the fact that it was getting canceled.
Uh-huh.
You know, when the season order, which was 20 for season 3, got cut to 13.
Yeah.
They may have just like...
Yeah, had to...
Yeah.
Throw something.
Yeah.
So it's more of a joke than anything?
Yes.
Okay. So he gets a job or whatever. The Band-Aids are important. And like in church that morning, he's like cutting himself to put the Band-Aids on because he can't waste what he bought. He has to use all the Band-Aids before he can use it. Yeah. Because it's all about, oddly enough, it's about waste. Yeah. Which is what the last episode was about. So the dead end job and shit. The Reverend Putty talks about like people that are rejects. Yeah. And he talks about how it's not just like him getting rejected. How it's from women.
Another. It is about hypocrisy again.
How so?
Because Christianity talks about treating your fellow man with kindness, but at the same time they find plenty of reasons
to hate the homeless.
Yeah, to hate. Yeah, not only the homeless, but like make rejects of many types of people.
Oh, okay.
They may not have brought it up, but like the
poor,
homophobia.
Oh yeah. Is there any like race shit?
Well, they treat the Jewish
population. Oh, okay. But like, there's no race themes in the show.
Can't think of many black characters on the show.
Yeah,
so
that's
no,
what I'm thinking.
I don't think so.
Well, kinda like jive, the slang.
Yeah.
So talking about the homeless and how it's like a sin to be homeless.
Yeah.
But it's God's test.
Yeah.
For good Christians to help the homeless.
Yeah, which is just like.
Yeah.
Christianity sure as fuck, ain't it, Joe?
Yeah, pretty much. So Orel's like working for
their God is a strange, vindictive beast. As the proto-martyr song "Don't Go to Aniceto" says.
I don't know. Proto-martyr.
Proto-martyr is a modern post-punk band.
Actually, I've heard a couple tracks from Proto-martyr.
Yeah.
I just don't know them off the top of my head.
I listen to them a lot. They have a song called "Don't Go to Aniceto" off their latest album.
Yeah.
That's about a fictional town in the song called Aniceto that just represents like shitty backwards American thinking. Just like it's a satiric, it's very deeply cynical song from a deeply cynical and satiric band. Also, I just figured. Actually, you know what? Well, I'll talk about that when we get to season 2 and 3. Yeah.
Okay. He also brings up his toupee a bunch.
Yeah.
Putty does.
I just wanted to make jokes about the obvious toupee design of Reverend Putty's head.
So once Moral leaves his 25-cent an hour job with all his tips and shit, he goes and he like sees a homeless person.
You didn't say his job. What's his job?
Oh, he's doing deliveries and helping out with the general store.
Yeah.
So he sees what he believes to be a homeless person, so he tries to give him money.
Yeah.
And
he is homeless.
Is he?
Do you see him at home?
Okay, all right. So Clay's bullshit is given to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I think that's important too. And then the homeless dude sells him crack.
Yeah.
And he starts doing crack.
Yeah.
Moral starts doing crack.
Yes.
And he becomes a fiend.
Yes.
And he's like getting his job done really quick.
Because it's funny in black comedies to have characters all of a sudden doing crack.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, that was literally the first episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Not the first, but one of the more famous early episodes was Dee and Dennis.
Oh, on crack,
addicted to crack, yeah.
Family or American Dad.
Yeah.
I loved the crack addict character that Stan befriended.
I can't remember that episode.
Okay. He wears like a green. It's like one last Robert.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
I'm talking about one of the more standout joke, like design jokes in the show. Background jokes. Roy Cohn, Bill Bank.
Oh yeah, because after Orel can't get enough money from his job to supply his like crack or to
habit.
Yeah, he goes to the blood bank. He sees it on the side of the pub, because of course, and he goes to the blood bank.
The blood bank is called
Roy Cohn.
Blood Bank. Roy Cohn was a lawyer during like the 40s and 50s.
Yeah,
he was involved in the trial of what are their names? Ethel and Rosenbergs.
Yeah,
couple who were murdered because they were supposedly double agents for the Soviets.
Yeah, weren't they? They were just like part of the Communist Party.
I can't remember.
Or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they were double agents, but they probably didn't deserve to get fucking executed.
I don't think they were double agents, but who knows?
I don't know.
This is we're doing a show about a cartoon.
And then
we're not political.
Yeah.
Commentators.
And then during the Joseph McCarthy HUAC trials.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that. He persecuted a lot of people for shittily.
Being gay, right?
Huh?
For being gay, right?
He was also a homophobe, but
yeah.
But it was because he was deeply closeted.
Yeah. Wasn't there there was a musical about this dude, right?
Not a musical.
Or a play?
He was a part of a play. It was a generally long play, Angels in America.
Yeah.
Set during the AIDS epidemic in the 80s. He died during the AIDS epidemic in the 80s.
Oh, the AIDS.
Yes.
Which is why the blood bank joke works.
Yes.
You still have a medium sticker in your shirt.
Yeah.
So,
I'll get some water.
Dude, we're in the middle of recording.
Alright.
Then he gets caught. Orel gets caught doing crack, buying crack, and then like the lesson is that like not so much that crack's bad, but like
don't speak slang.
Yeah, don't speak slang is the end.
Because he said this is jive.
Yeah.
And also don't hang out with homeless people.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna get some water. Now. We are talking about Moral Orel, episode 5, season 1. What's the episode? Omnipresence.
Yes.
An episode revolving around Orel. After his mom yells at him for saying he hates a can.
Yeah.
And tells him that God is everywhere.
Yeah. She explains omnipresence for him.
Yeah.
She refers to it as convenient.
Yes.
Which is like sort of she like couples it with like imagine being able to like cut tomatoes and dice potatoes or whatever. Yeah. But also, the obvious like convenience, like God's everywhere, so don't do shit.
Yeah.
Like to like keep people from sinning or like to govern culture.
It's also like putting lines of the writer's cynicism towards Christianity within the mouths of the characters.
Yeah, literally. But like you, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So she explains about God's omnipresence, and he's like, "Oh, God is in me."
Yes.
So he like has to.
Yeah. As such, treating himself
like God.
Yeah.
So then like we cut to a school and they're like doing this pledge. Did you catch some of the shit?
They're just saying it in the pledge?
Yeah.
Yeah, just added Jesus-y shit.
Yeah, and like
because it's super Christian town.
Yeah, and like liberty and justice for some.
Yeah.
Or something. That was fun. There's a poster. It's an evolution poster, and it's got like
it says Dark Ages man. Bible man, Dark Ages man, and Wild West man.
Yeah.
Also more weirdly little girls with have voices that are obviously a grown adult man just going, like high-pitched falsetto voices.
Also, like, almost all the women are kind of represented as, like, stupid a little bit, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
All the dudes are dumb.
Yeah, you got a point. Everybody's stupid in the shit.
Yeah, everyone's an asshole.
And, like...
Bobby looking for sexism on the show where there's no... where literally everyone's a dick.
So, they are clay, which you can mold into a dick. So, right?
Yeah. And which I molded into a penis 500 times during my childhood.
Same. That's why I got kicked out of ceramics. And that didn't actually happen.
I cut my ear off and they kicked me out of ceramics.
No.
You should have told me that about Picasso and I wouldn't have done. What?
It's not Picasso.
No, you're right.
It's Van Gogh.
Yeah, Van Gogh.
Yeah, Van Gogh. Van Gogh Wing.
Van Gogh Wang.
He's a fucking walking paradox.
He cut his ear off because he's gay. But, like, he was edgy about it before he finally came out.
Yeah, it was a gay lover that he sent it to.
Yeah.
So...
and he was black.
Yeah.
And his lover was, like,
light
white.
skin.
Was white.
Yeah. Like a twink.
He looks like Timothy Chalamet. The guy you sent the ear to.
Oh, is he fucking Timothy Chalamet?
No. Oh. Tyler has expressed the attraction to Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. Just like... Okay. Alright, so, like... The teacher asked the class...
Oral.
No, I said Moral again. God damn it, dude. That's always been hard for me, talking about this show.
The town's called Moralton. It's in State-Soda.
Yeah.
Main character's name is Oral.
Yeah, but, like... Moral Orel also makes sense as a name. So the teacher asked the class what year the Boston Tea Party was.
1773. 1773.
Oh yeah, because it has to take place before the signing of the Declaration, because that was like what launched the Revolutionary War. Fuck, dude. Fuck, man. Okay, so putting history together. So she has the class that he says 1776 because he's a dumbass. Then he's like, no,
Wait.
I'm right.
The Civil War happened because they tried to take their slaves away. Fuck.
You can't see it, but Javelyn's really selling this bit.
Wait. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Wow, man. They fucking flew planes into the towers, dude. What? Man. All right. Huh?
Oh, you could have done Epstein.
Too late now. You said it, so let's move on.
I was trying to mouth it to you. And then he's like, nah, I'm right because God's in me. And then that dumb girl is like trying to answer the question, and they do the extended. Yeah. He's outside of the building, and she's still like, ah. And
Also, it's confusing because in later, looks like the school looks like just like a small, just like
a
colonial schoolhouse. Outside of it, instead of the full modern elementary schools
that it is on the inside.
Yeah. And also Nurse Bendy, who in later episodes presented as the school nurse.
Oh, really? She turns into?
In later episodes, they show her as the school nurse.
Oh, okay.
This episode, she's the nurse at the.
Oh, she's doing her clinicals.
Oh.
At the hospital.
Did she say that?
No. I'm just putting it.
Alright.
I'm trying to add reason to it.
Yeah, she's. So. Though, to be fair, when you say that a female character being presented as stupid, Nurse Bendy is consistently presented as stupid.
Yeah, and that's kind of the joke, right?
Yes, but it also is part of her character, part of like a sad element of her character that is utilized later on in the show.
And you refuse to tell me about it.
Yes.
So So Moral goes to the hospital trying to heal people.
Yeah.
He's like skipping school and shit, and goes to the hospital trying to heal people.
He gets a hot dog, fancy hot dog.
He gets a hot dog. He's like,
at a restaurant
filth.
At a restaurant called La Fancy Sign.
Yeah. And then goes to the hospital, tries to heal a dude in a wheelchair. Turns out that's Dr. Lazyman.
Yeah.
He's just taking a break.
Yeah.
And then he helps this, he like assists in this lady's suicide basically.
Yes.
And like unplugs her. And then they find out what happened. Then his dad meets him in the study.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it's not our place to be the judge and the jury, so just judge.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know.
And tells him that it's up to God and the government.
Oh, yeah. To decide
who lives and who dies.
Yeah.
And that's
episode 5.
Yeah. Omnipresence. We're doing Moral Orel's episode 6, season 1.
The Blessed Union.
The Blessed Union.
Yes.
An episode where Orel, how's it start again? Somebody talks about making women happy.
Oh yeah, it's just the Reverend being horny. He talks about like pleasing the woman.
Yeah,
and that's all he's talking about.
And it's sort of also a bitter rant about how seeing other couples.
Oh yeah, and how lonely he is.
Yeah,
because he's not a Catholic.
Which kind of
Reverend.
Yeah, he's just a single lonely Reverend.
Yeah,
which the show would utilize that element of the character later on for more than just jokes.
Oh, okay. Is it just get real sad?
Yeah, it kind of does.
Okay.
Also, they still use it for jokes, but
yeah, but like
because people being lonely is pretty funny as well, as well as sad part of it.
Especially when they're that horny.
Yeah.
So he's like talking about all of this, like pleasing the wife.
Yeah.
Because of like whatever the Holy Union or whatever bullshit they're trying to whatever, and we gotta talk about this. So just like on Bob's Burgers, the sign in front of the church always has something fun written. This time it said Jesus died for your sins. He had long hair so you wouldn't.
I said also he had long hair so you wouldn't.
Yeah, that basically.
Which is
good
burn on you.
Yeah, exactly. So we had to bring it up. And he like goes on this weird little like the Reverend goes into this weird little like can't reinvent myself sort of thing because women like renegades.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm gonna do reinvent myself. He starts mumbling under his breath.
Pretty much,
and looking all dejected and sad and making the dude next to him nervous.
So that strikes like this. Orel has this like really like gung ho attitude. Like he's trying to like be great,
be as moral as possible.
Yeah, as early on as possible. So he's like, oh, I got to make sure my wife is happy. Yeah,
and so
he's like worried about it and everything and trying to figure this shit out.
And he asks his teacher, who's a woman.
Well, he tries to.
Yeah, and she says, nope. Teaching time's over.
Yeah, because the bells already rang.
Also, there's a funny joke when she's teaching them.
And the French were the foreigners that were actually our allies during the war. And
if you want to learn any other bad things about World War II,
does anybody know any other bad things about World War II?
That's it.
And then it cuts, and then the bell rings.
Yeah.
And then, so the teacher's name is Mrs. Sculpt Them.
Yeah.
Because of the play. We talked about that, right?
Yeah.
How everything plays off the clay.
Yeah.
So then he tries to talk to his mom about it, and he has no clue. And she's like, "Go talk to your dad." But
probably the episode that the most shows off her
OCD.
Yeah.
So we see her, and she's like cleaning. Yeah. We see her, and she's cleaning products.
Yeah.
With Obsesso spray.
Yeah.
Because she obviously has obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And she has nothing. She doesn't have anything. Her life sucks, and keeping things clean is her purpose.
Also, during the church service, When Irvin Putty's talking about men who let their wives be unhappy.
Oh, yeah.
We get a shot of Blaberta agreeing with him and shaking her head vigorously while Clay looks at her all sad.
Yeah. Oh, is it because, like, they don't have sex? Well, that's referenced at some point in this.
Yeah, it's referenced in, like, the accidental first episode.
Oh, yeah, but it's also in this.
Yeah.
In the episode 6.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
So he, like, asks his mom, and then we see the OCD, and then she's like, go talk to your dad about it. And he talks to his dad. Clay tells him about magazines written by other men. Because it's the best way to figure out what
please women.
Yeah, is to read the works of other men. So
and here's some advice for the fellas.
Yeah.
Pretend you're into astrology.
Oh.
They love it.
Yeah. Pretend that
or pretend you're endorse both Warren and Klobuchar for president.
Pretend that you are,
as the New York Times thought would get them some pussy if they did.
Oh, is that what happened?
They endorsed.
Yeah, I heard.
Like, it's the what?
Yeah, it's stupid. Just to look like feminist.
Like the most. Yeah. It looks woke.
Yeah. But so then Oral goes to the store, looks at some magazines, and gets given what is it? Repressed Desires.
Yes.
Monthly, which he starts reading, and
there's an ad for the local sex shop. Buried pleasures in it.
Yeah. And you should talk about this part.
Okay.
That's me kink shaming you. No.
Oh, I didn't even bring up my.
Oh, in the last
during waste.
Yeah.
And then again, not into children's pee.
Yeah. We didn't, dude. That was obvious, but like, we didn't do it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Kudos to us.
Yeah.
Being a little bit mature.
Yes. I will
making a show about a cartoon.
I have a pee fetish. Moving on.
So you should talk about it because you know more about the character later on, right?
Yeah.
And she recurs, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Oral goes into the shop and meets the proprietor of the sex shop, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Who is, in contrast to literally every other woman that the show is shown so far, and most of the men as well.
Yeah.
Warm.
Yeah.
She's like nice.
Yeah. He straight up says that
yeah.
She's warm. And she's like accommodating and, you know, helps him out and does whatever. And but when he first walks in, the smash 90s hit on the alt charts, other people's tongues
by the Dan Amory Mystery Band
is playing, and that gets a good laugh out of me.
They play it several times throughout the episode, and it's pretty funny.
It's just fucking funny. So yeah, but it's representative of like
90s alternative rock.
Yeah, but it's Stephanie is representative of like, you know, how
of how the town marginalizes
these people
who are slightly
Oh, and that's also part of it is like,
and also she does continue to be an outsider, not only for being the proprietor of the sex shop, but in another significant way later on. We'll get there.
She gay?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, she's gay.
So also, what else was it? Oh, so that's at the end too. So when, dude, we missed like the whole thing. He gets a fucking dick piercing.
Yeah,
he gets a Prince Albert.
She puts a Prince Albert on him.
Yeah, that's like that's the crucial part of the plot.
And Coach Stopframe informs Clay.
Yeah.
Who then whoops him and tells him in his study while Blaberta is obsessively cleaning his
shampooing the
dead bear
rug.
Yeah.
And he says that like normal people have the luxury of not being pleasant. And it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? But that's like part of it, and like it's a signifier of like these people that are supposed to be, God's people and so nice and kind,
but they're not. They're not. Extremely judgy.
Yeah, and it's literally the outcasts that
I feel
are
like
the nicest.
The show and its little simple jokes making fun of Christian hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Has like such great little aphorisms and Facebook quotes.
Just sort of
sheesh song lyrics for making fun of shit. If you wanted to make like a wry, ironic, like deadpan song filled with criticisms of shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, the tongue's in your mouth.
What?
Oh, okay. All right. Mistook what you were saying.
I know. I'm thinking of one of my new favorite bands, Proto Martyr. They have a song on the song "Don't Go to Anestheta."
Yeah.
They have a line where he says they only love abstract the unborn. Talking about like
abstract unborn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The abstracted idea of the unborn child, not the actual unborn child or the child after it's born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was episode 6, The Blessed Union.
Moral Orel, episode 7.
God.
Season 1.
God fearing.
It's Halloween night. Like, Orel can't get scared because he thinks God love is with him.
Yeah.
So he decides to break all the rules.
All the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
So,
also, he attends a haunted house.
Yeah, a churchy haunted house, and, like, the cop is just, like, really into,
pulls a gun out on him.
Yeah, he's really into aiming guns at kids.
Yep.
So...
That's one of the things supposed to scare people is misgenderations. What do they call it?
What are you talking about?
Some old-fashioned term for interracial relationships.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. There's, like, vampires and werewolves and interracial marriage.
Yeah.
Which is just a man in blackface.
Miscegenation. Something like that.
Okay. Well, the cop comes into class. That's where it opens, right?
Yeah.
The cop comes into their class and is like, listen, kids, while you're out having fun for Halloween, make sure you're not a devil worshiper. To, like, watch your costumes and watch yourself.
I put this episode, in terms of Halloween episodes of adult animated series, the same level as the episode of King of the Hill with the churchy haunted house. Yeah.
Similar, yeah.
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 I enjoyed it that much.
How much did you enjoy the King of the Hill episode?
A lot.
Oh, really? Okay. Also, it's fun to see Hank in the devil costume. That doesn't fit. That's just fun. Wait, what is that? The police officer's name is Officer Papermouth.
Yeah.
Again, with the claymation jokes. Jay Johnston is the cop.
Yep.
And who is Jay Johnston?
Comedy actor, played Officer J, Laura Silverman's boyfriend and later husband.
Oh, really?
On Sarah Silverman Project.
But she dates him.
Yeah.
On the show.
Yeah.
Sarah does.
No.
On the show.
Laura does.
Laura does on the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's cute. What comedy troupe? Were they from a comedy troupe? Or, like, just came up around the same time?
Who?
All of them. Like, Mr. Show.
They just came up around the same time.
Oh, okay.
Like Generation X.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know.
Like late 80s through the 90s.
I know, like, Rob Schraub and, Dino and, Dan Harmon.
I think it's just like Showbiz Connection, really.
Well, all of them were in the same comedy troupe.
Not Dino.
Not Dino?
No.
Just
not
Rob.
Dan Harmon either.
Rob Schraub and Dan Harmon.
Yeah, they were, but they weren't in it with Conan.
No. I didn't say Conan.
You said Conan.
I said Dino.
You said Conan.
I didn't say Conan.
You said Conan.
No, dude.
Now I'll tell you, Mr. Show, Bob Odenkirk did a sketch comedy show with Conan.
Yeah.
Sketch comedy live show.
Basically the moral of it is that God is with you at all times. Or wait, no.
You should fear God at all times.
Yeah, you should fear God at all times.
And we get some great Reverend Putty is very, very lonely jokes.
Yeah.
And also, Clay is a jerk.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Repention.
Talks a lot about repenting.
Yeah. Repention is when you go to...
When you pinch the same person you previously pinched, that's re-pinching.
Repention is where you go...
repinching you.
Repention is where you go to...
I'm about to pinch. It's what sexual harassers say whenever see a big butt around the office. I'm about to pinch.
Alright, I'm done with my joke. Alright,
What was your joke?
What
was your joke?
My joke was going to be repension is where you go to your priest to get the money that's owed to you when you're a government employee when you retire.
Yeah.
So that's really about it for God fearing.
Yep.
All right, next episode.
Okay, welcome to another thing.
The middle of
this thing.
The 8 out of 10 section of 2004 Moral Cast Oral C.
Oh.
Yeah.
You give an oral on the hour. Come on down 2004's Rib Shack. We give an oral on the hour.
Oral on the hour.
Just don't have to even buy ribs. We just get at the start of the hour.
Barbecue sauce is extra though.
We sit on our knees, barbecue sauce on our titties.
So I'm standing there. Rib sauce. On my hour. Okay, yeah.
I put barbecue sauce on the clock.
Yeah. So I'm standing
Look
there.
Look at this ice.
I shoved
Barbecue
a
sauce
whole
on my clock.
bag of jelly beans up my ass.
What?
Remember, I was mixing quotes.
From what?
The one that's like, long story short, I shoved a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Dog, I have that recorded.
From
No, it's not from the show. It's from something else, and I recorded it to use it for the show 2 years ago.
Let me see.
No, it's off topic.
Okay. The episode is
Maturity.
Moral Orel, episode 8, season 1, Maturity.
So moral, goddamn it, oral. Correcting myself though. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what matters.
We're learning.
So oral
We're adapting. We're changing.
Is obsessed with maturity in this episode.
Yes, as he usually is.
Yeah, in a sense.
To varying degrees. Yeah.
In
being moral.
How's it come about? Is it church this time?
I can't remember. It's.
Oh yeah, he has to be like his brother.
He was watching his kid brother,
and they give him shit for not
letting his kid brother point the BB gun at his eye.
Yeah, and basically just telling Oral to be a parent.
Yeah, because they don't parent their kid. They don't parent him at all.
Yeah,
they let him do whatever he wants because they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and so basically,
and after distracting Oral by talking about God or talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
Probably one of the funniest moments of the episode. Shapey just shoots Oral in the eye with a BB gun.
And then his Clay tells him to
real Christmas story hours right here.
Yeah. And then Clay tells him to watch his surroundings. And that there are a whole bunch of role models in town, so he goes to the most mature place he could think of, which is the tavern.
Tells him to be mature or something like that, and then he goes
to
the most mature place he can think of with Dowie, which is the tavern for Giddies.
Yeah,
where
for Giddies.
First thing they see is two men fighting over whether soccer or hockey is better.
Football.
Football or hockey.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. It's America.
Yeah.
It's Christian America.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be talking about soccer.
I don't know what I was thinking. That's my bad, folks.
So, football, hockey, and then they're arguing about sitting or standing inside the bar.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and
we see a bunch of recurring characters sitting in the tavern.
We see Miss Censorsall.
Yes.
Coach.
Stop frame.
Ms. Bindi.
Nurse Bindi and Principal Fakey making out, which it's revealed due to Shapey's observation that Principal Fakey is married, that he's cheating on his wife, Nurse Bindi. And we see Officer Papermouth sitting lonely.
Yeah. Trying to pay a bartender anything to do something.
To him.
Yeah. And he's like jealously watching Bindi make out with Fakey and the old people.
There's an old couple nearby
whose name we can't remember.
Yeah.
And they're like just old and like don't have anything to talk about.
They're miserable.
Yeah. And then they leave the tavern and Moral sees what's his name? Figurini?
Who?
Figurini? The shop owner. Figurelli. Again with claymation jokes.
Yeah.
Who is like yelling at his wife.
Yeah.
For like she slaps him and calls him a
could
pig.
you?
Yeah.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Possibly cheating. Who knows?
Yeah. And then
their kids.
Yeah. The
reenact
daughter,
what they saw,
yeah,
which is what kids do.
The son.
How could you?
Yeah, and it's like it's pretty funny. Actually.
Yeah.
So at some point in the pub, Orel tells Doey not to question his elders.
Yeah.
Which I think is like part of this. And then we see...
And that's a recurring theme throughout the show, is not questioning your elders.
Yeah.
No matter how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
Which is treated comically, of course, like a lot of things on the show at the beginning. But eventually is treated...
Oh, lovely.
Deadly seriously as they go along.
So, So then he goes home and he starts watching his parents.
Yeah.
And he sees his dad drink and then is like angry and he's like, I'm a man. And then he
sees his parents argue.
Yeah.
And his mother calls his father out on being a self-destructive alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first time it's ever plainly stated.
Yeah. And he's a straight up alcoholic.
We also get more reminders that she's still breastfeeding Shapey.
Yeah.
And the boy's 7.
Yeah. Which
implies the relationship between...
Go ahead.
No, forget it.
What? What's it imply?
It's a spoiler. So let's see if that's
really okay.
Yeah.
And it's like he gets more action than Clay.
Yeah.
And then Orel sees him drink and he's like, oh, whiskey
tries to reaffirm his humanity by just sitting angrily in his study, drinking.
And Orel sees him drink.
And starts to think that what makes a person a man is being miserable and drunken.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we see him, like, he starts drinking, and he is, like, standing on the playground, just dull.
Yeah.
Until the booze kicks in.
Yes.
He's, like, lost all his childhood innocence and creativity.
Yeah.
And he's just a shell. And then he starts drinking and starts acting like a child, which is how the, like, sort of climax of the episode is figured out. He gets called out on acting like a child by his teacher.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Mrs. Skull.
Yeah. And
Mrs. Havisham.
Havisham?
That's a random character name from a Dickens novel. I just wanted to message you.
Mrs. Sculptus? Sculpamol? Sculpt them?
Sculpt them all.
Sculpt them?
I sculpt them all, of course.
So, yeah.
And then he gets a fucked up lesson on what it really means to be an adult.
Which is hating your job and your life.
By his father.
And earning your miserableness to get drunk.
Yep.
And, yeah.
And that's episode 8. I got loyalty. Loyalty is also the name of the 9th episode of the first season of Moral Orel season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do a Kendrick Lamar and a half-assed Kendrick Lamar impersonation for the rest of it.
Yeah.
And is that nope.
Yeah, it's getting annoying real quick.
There's a song that plays on the radio while they're driving to church in this episode.
Yeah. Which is a direct reference to Shaving Cream.
The famous novelty song.
Yeah.
As well as Monster Mash.
Oh, yeah, which is the homosexual hop.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of foreshadowing, actually.
Oh, because later on?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it's, so we also see the protesters at the movie theater protesting the movie 10 Commandments.
Yeah, because nothing will sedate them.
Yeah. So we see that, and they're going to church, and then we have a weird encounter with Stop Frame.
Yes. Where I guess it's revealed, or Bobby figured it out.
Yeah, well, like there's something there. We shouldn't even talk about it because I feel like it comes up later.
Well, the show did just say it in looks.
Yeah. But also kind of oblivious. You could easily watch it and not take that from it.
It's true.
We have that, and then loyalty is a sermon subject.
Yes.
And loyalty to your friends, especially,
and
which is a weird sermon.
Yeah, Reverend Putty also gets in his feelings about a joke.
What is it? Omelet egg mask.
Yeah, face mask.
Omelet face mask.
Yeah,
he'd be pissed at me if I got it wrong. Omelet face mask, and then loyalty. So, Stop Frame, his nephew is in town.
Yeah.
And he introduces his nephew.
A little delinquent kid named...
I don't even remember his name.
Johnny? Joe.
Joe?
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Joe.
Some shit like that. And,
hey, Joe.
He's a delinquent, and, what's his face? Orel has to be loyal to his new friend.
Yeah.
And his new friend wants to go
do delinquent
rocks.
shit, do hood rat shit.
Yeah. At Doey's dad's car.
Yeah.
And we get this ongoing joke where the redheaded kid has no name.
Yes. No, Doey, Tommy,
and the rest.
And him, or it's very. They at no point do they say the third kid's name.
Yeah, but it's very obvious the third kid is trying to get them to say his name. At a certain point.
Were they?
It kind of seemed like that.
Didn't seem like that way to me.
The projection, for me.
Just kind of seemed like.
Yeah.
Because he at no point.
Well, when they were watching them beat the kids doing immoral things, which were two young boys kissing each other and telling them that they're nice.
Yeah. And the Joseph McCarthy Blacklist preserved.
Yeah.
Of the show's random McCarthy era references.
So,
which is like the second reference to that era. After Randy.
Cohn.
Cone. Just Cone.
Cone?
Yes.
Okay. It's a hard one. It's a weird one. You don't see it like that. So we see that, and then Stop Frame's nephew basically gets Orel to beat up some...
Made a hate crime, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Against some children exploring their sexuality.
Yeah, and then Doey, Tommy, and the rest go and visit.
So when they're behind the tree, he's like, Doey, Tommy,
and the gang.
No, he says Doey and Tommy or something like that. Yeah. And it seems like he's trying to get them to say the name.
I didn't get that.
Maybe not. So, so they beat these kids up with baseball bats. And Orel's like...
No, I want to talk about how he said, you know what I do when I don't want to tell somebody something?
What?
Is what he's talking when he's talking to the boys. What Clay says.
Oh, and he gets them drunk.
Yeah, because that's how he avoids responsibility.
Yeah,
he's just getting drunk.
Yeah, and which is terrible, right?
Yes.
That he's.
But that's part of Clay being a bad person and an asshole.
So he drives and like eventually those kids get retribution, right?
Yes.
They like the one.
Let me say it in proper order. Clay gets Oral from Joe.
Yeah.
He doesn't save the kids.
Yeah, not at all.
He just stops Oral from helping, so the kid could beat the other. So the other kid could
beat Joe up.
Yeah.
That's all we see of them.
Yes.
They might be dead. Who knows? So, and then it's like the whole moral.
Joe eventually gets his own episode as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he becomes a recurring character.
Okay. Oral's lesson is that you have to be loyal to all friends at all the time.
Nothing about committing hate crimes.
Yeah,
just you have to be loyal to your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was episode 9, season 1.
Loyalty. They did Super Jail season 1. Finally, they're doing Super Jail.
Oh, really?
Deep end. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So episode 10, God's Chef, the stickiest episode.
Yeah. Found that episode that really made Bobby uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
At the beginning of the episode, which is already a pretty weird opening.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
It's
Oral goes to the bathroom.
Yes.
And he's in the stall, and the janitor, what's his name?
Clicky,
yeah. Janitor Clicky is in there, and he hears him groaning and moaning, and is like, "Oh, what's going in there? You having some trouble?" And he's like, "You should eat more fruit." And he's like,
thinking he's pooing.
Yeah, and he's like,
need more fiber in your diet and all that.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not pooing. He's like, I'm not going number 2. And he's like, well, you go with number 1? And you shouldn't be making those noises if you're going number 1. He's like, I'm not going number 1 either. And he's like, well, what are you doing if you're in there not pooping or peeing?
Says number 3.
Yeah.
And he barges in and he's masturbating.
Yeah. Which number 3 was never masturbating to me.
I never heard number 3.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, number 3 was pooping and peeing at the same time to me. I always put it together like that. But also, maybe people think of number 3 as masturbating. I don't know. But, so he gets caught masturbating. He goes and talks to Reverend. Reverend tells him not to spill the seed.
Yeah.
And that it can't be wasted unless procreation. So
apparently it's a general rule about what number 3 is. It's masturbation in Moralton. Everyone agrees on this.
They had sashes in the church. And so what is it? So he goes, he realizes procreation. He goes and he talks to his dad about shit. His dad reads from the fake ways to explain
pretty much a book of lies to tell your child depending on their age, and he tells them
how babies are made
for
age 11.
Yeah,
which is inconsistent with the other episodes where he's 12.
Yeah, earlier episodes said he was 12.
So
I thought it was explained by it saying his birthday was in the maturity episode, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
because you don't de-age.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. But maybe it was out of order.
Maybe it was that out of order.
So, explains that God's chef, with the pastry bags, impregnates women.
Yeah.
And he realizes, like, oh, if I just jerk off into a pastry bag and then put it inside of women, it's not a sin.
Yeah.
Because I'm not wasting my seed.
Yeah.
And then all these women get pregnant.
And then he just starts breaking into houses.
Yeah, he's breaking into houses, jerking off into a pastry bag, and then injecting it into women. It's disgusting.
Pretty fucked up.
And it's called the God Chef's Delicious Glaze. Yeah. And it's weird. And then obviously he learns that that's wrong. And what's the lesson?
The lesson, that his dad imparts to him?
Yeah.
That missionary position is the only acceptable position.
Yeah. That's the way babies are made.
Yeah.
And do you know if what he said is true about missionary position? Like, did it come from missionaries teaching?
I have no idea where it comes from.
Oh, okay. That would make sense, though, right?
I mean, the show's very silly.
Yeah, but also it makes sense, kind of.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay. This is important.
It comes from the show Mission Hill.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I was trying to think of Mission Hill. That's what we were talking about that a while back.
It does actually
really
come from Christian missionaries who supposedly encouraged sexual position in new converts in the colonial era.
Because, like, these old converts were, what, doggy style?
Exactly.
Like, they were having better sex, and it was so, like, outrageous to them.
Yeah. That's
disgusting, man. Jesus. All right, and then...
You better get boring real quick.
Yeah. Jesus. And yeah, so, this is the first season, and things are all out of whack from here. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was season 1.
The
most jokey, most silly, most traditional Adult Swim season.
Yeah.
Next time we'll be doing season 2.
Or will we?
We won't?
Maybe, I don't know.
You don't want to do it?
No, I like it. I like the idea. I'm saying maybe we put it on Patreon, maybe we don't.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposing we will. Supposing we don't.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Give us some of your favorite episodes of Moral Orel.
Comment.
Subscribe. Smash that MFN notification button.
Link in the doobly-doo.
Yeah. Link in the doobly.
Shout out to Rich Wallet. Shout out to Mac Weldon. Shout out to New Courses Plus.
What was that dude's name?
Mubi. Huh?
What was that dude's name?
Who?
Free, what's that dude's name?
I don't know.
That dude was, he wanted to kill, he threatened to kill the president for,
Free.
Yeah, what was that dude's name?
Chauncey?
Yeah, Free Chauncey.
Was it Chauncey? Look at that.
I don't know if it's Chauncey, to be honest with you. I feel like that's racist for you to say, man.
Not racist for me to say.
That's a joke.
There's no way I can be racist.
Black man can't be sexist.
Chauncey Lump. Yep.
Free lump.
Free lump. Free lump.
Free lump.
He's in my bed.
All right.